Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Wehry History and Entertainment News of the Berkshires and beyond. As March is in full swing, many arts and entertainment businesses are hosting several events. On this episode, I'll be focusing on several Easter Day events in addition to the usual concerts and plays. Plus, I'll be reviewing the Carlisle Museum in Amherst and reviewing one of my favorite action films, Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. First, it's time for this episode's trivia question. This episode's question is, which city provides the largest Easter parade in America? Now, for this episode's local headlines. Up first, we will be discussing Easter events in Berkshire County. Our first stop takes us to Clarksburg. The Veterans of Foreign Wars annual Easter egg hunt starts at 10 a.m. on March 31st at Peter Cook Memorial Town Field. Up next in Dalton, the Dalton Community Recreation Association, or CRA, hosts its annual Easter egg hunt on the CRA Memorial Lawn, with the first hunt beginning at 9 a.m. on March 28th. It'll be a busy weekend for the Bunny because there will be a visit there from the Easter Bunny and candy donated by the Benefit Association. In Lenox, the Lenox Community Center hosts its annual Easter Egg Scramble on March 28th at 11 a.m. in the ballroom. Doors open at 10:50 and the hunt begins at 11. In Stockbridge, Berkshire Botanical Garden hosts its Spring Happening on April 4th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Upwards of 2,000 eggs will be distributed throughout the garden, each containing regionally native seeds. The day will include craft activities, baby chicks, a photo booth, rides on a mini horse-drawn cart, and opportunities to have photos taken with the Easter Bunny. Beverages, including a mimosa bar for adults and snacks, will be available. In Pittsfield, according to the Pittsfield website, spring into celebration with Pittsfield's beloved Eggstravaganza, the city's festive, family-friendly event that kicks off the season with an exciting egg hunt, visits from special guests, and lots of smiles. It will take place on Saturday, April 4th. This annual event is open for ages 2 to 11 to participate in. The schedule is 10:30 a.m. for 9 through 11-year-olds, 10:40 a.m. for 7 and 8-year-olds, 10:55 a.m. for 5 and 6-year-olds, $11.10 for 4-year-olds, and $11.25 for 2- and 3-year-olds. For more information on Easter events, visit the website shown here. Easter also supplies the answer to this episode's trivia question. As a reminder, this episode's question was, which city provides the largest Easter parade in America? The answer is New York City. According to the Museum of City of New York website, quote, Easter has become synonymous with a pageant of people marching down Fifth Avenue, many wearing large over-the-top hats and reveling in the sunshine. The tradition of the Easter parade began after the Civil War as a fashion promenade, rooted in the custom of a Sunday walk following religious service. Wealthy New Yorkers would emerge from their respective house of worship along Fifth Avenue to stroll down the street, dine at hotels nearby, or pay social calls. Some of members of the congregation at the St. Thomas Episcopal Church, located at Fifth Avenue and 53rd Street, carried flowers used in the Easter service to St. Luke's Hospital, located at 54th Street. Hats decorated with faux flowers, tall ostrich feathers, and taxidermy birds were at the height of fashion. The popularity of the Easter parade expanded into the commercial realm. Department stores and buildings in the Midtown area began decorating lobbies and window displays. The parade was even featured in song in the George C. Cohan musical, The Merry Malones, titled The Easter Sunday Parade. Now known as the Easter Parade and Bonnet Festival, hats of the participants have become even more extravagant than those early parade attendees. Bunny rabbits, sizable floral arrangements, blinding jewels, and both plastic and natural eggs can all be seen balancing precariously atop parade goers' heads. Up next, we will be going to the Berkshire Theater Group for a new play. John and Jen is an intimate and deeply moving musical by Andrew Lippa that traces the evolving bond between siblings, and later between mother and son, across 3 decades. Told through a soaring contemporary score that blends pop, folk, and musical theater influences, the story follows Jen as she reflects on her childhood with her younger brother John. Their connection, shaped by youthful rebellion, family expectations, and unspoken love, is marked by small but powerful touchstones, including a well-worn baseball glove that becomes a quiet symbol of memory, loss, and enduring devotion. As Jen grows into adulthood and raises her own son, the echoes of her past shape her hopes, fears, and fierce love as a parent. Directed by Greg Edelman, whose previous work at Berkshire Theater Group includes acclaimed productions of White Christmas and Once, this production benefits from his decades of experience on Broadway and beyond. A Tony Award nominee, Edelman's Broadway credits include City of Angels, Into the Woods, Cabaret, Sweeney Todd, and Water for Elephants, among many others, reflecting a career rooted in powerful, character-driven musical storytelling. An accomplished performer and director, Edelman brings both musical sophistication and emotional nuance to Lipa's heartfelt score, guiding this intimate production with clarity and depth. This show is scheduled to take place from May 20th through June 7th. For more information, visit BerkshireTheaterGroup.org. Our next story takes us to MOCA for an event that's quickly become a WWHEN favorite, the MOCA Teen Art Invitational. Join MOCA for the 14th Annual Teen Invitational, a weekend-long exhibition featuring over 250 works of visual art by students and teachers in 10 high schools in the Northern Berkshires. This year's Teen Invitational is centered around Laura Downs' The Declaration Project, in which students are invited to submit artworks related to the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, reflecting on our nation's history, what it means to be an American, and projecting hopes for the next 250 years. The goal of the Invitational is to reach students who engage with visual art and who have made excellent work inside or outside school settings. Students participating in the Teen Invitational are taking formal art classes in school, but those just testing the waters in the visual arts also have a chance to participate. Participating schools include the Academy at Charlemont, Bart Charter School, Buxton School, Darrow High School, Drury High School, Hoosick Valley Middle and High School, McCann Technical High School, Miss Hull's School, Mount Greylock Regional School, Pine Cobble School, Pittsfield High School, the Greater Commonwealth Virtual School, and Wacona Regional High School. The opening reception is on Thursday, April 16th from 6 to 9 p.m., and the exhibition will be on view through Sunday, April 19th. The reception is free and open to the public. For more information, visit massmoca.org. For our next story, we'll be visiting a new event at the Pittsfield Athenaeum, Berkshire Book-Con. Berkshire Book-Con is a one-day, community-wide celebration of reading and writing, designed to bring adults together around a shared love of books in the Berkshires. The event will feature creative contests, opportunities for readers to write and writers to connect, and a community read featuring the book Rules of Ghosting by local author Shelley J. Shore. In celebration of the growing literary community here in Pittsfield and throughout the Berkshires, the Athenaeum is also excited to announce the first annual adult short story contest. Submissions are due by April 4th, and first, second, and third place winners will be announced at the social hour on the day of Berkshire Book-Con, which will be held after the Book-Con itself from 4 to 5 p.m. at Hot Plate Brewing Company. Additionally, the Alternative Book Cover Contest invites adult artists and creatives ages 18 and older to create an original, appropriate alternative book cover for any book of their choosing. Participants are encouraged to use any artistic medium to design their appropriate selected book cover. Book-Con is scheduled to happen on Saturday, April 18th. It will be held from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. For more information, visit BerkshireAthenaeum.com. Speaking of Pittsfield events, for our next story, we will be visiting the city of Pittsfield again for an important one, the Downtown Pittsfield Cleanup. Springtime is known as cleanup time, and Pittsfield is no exception. Individuals, small groups, and corporate teams are welcome. The downtown cleanup is open to all. Please note that tools are not provided. Each individual or team should make sure they bring gloves, water, rakes, and brooms. The downtown cleanup area includes North and South Streets between East and West Housatonic, Berkshire Medical Center, and all side streets. If you have a preferred location, you can let us know via the registration form. Downtown Pittsfield Inc. will host the annual Downtown Pittsfield Spring Cleanup on Friday, April 17th from 12 to 4 p.m. Early check-in and pickup of trash bags will be available starting at 10 a.m. Participants are welcome to drop into the cleanup at any time. For more information, visit the website shown here. A few episodes ago, I mentioned that Barrington Stage Company in Pittsfield is putting on several shows this summer. Recently, the company has announced more shows. In a press release, Artistic Director Alan Paul said, quote, "Our 2026 season is a celebration of extraordinary storytelling in all its forms. Timeless, uproarious, and boldly new. Together, these productions embody what Barrington Stage Company does best: entertain, challenge, and connect our audiences through theater that feels both essential and alive," end quote. The new show that BSC has added is called The Zionists, A Family Storm. A prominent Jewish family, fractures by politics, gathers for a fragile reunion at a luxury Caribbean resort. But as a sudden hurricane bears down outside their bungalow, an even fiercer storm erupts within, forcing them to confront old wounds, clashing values, and the ties that may no longer bind them. In this urgent and deeply human world premiere, The Zionists of Family Storm lays bare how identity, politics, and history can tear families apart, and the struggle to hold them together in an increasingly divided world. This show is scheduled to take place June 16th through July 3rd. For more information, visit the website shown here. For our next story, we are going to be visiting Pittsfield for a great story of baking for a cause. The National Alliance of Mental Illness, Berkshire chapter, will be hosting the 10th annual Cupcake Wars fundraiser. Featuring some of the best bakers in Berkshire County, the Cupcake Wars fundraiser allows guests to sample some sweet treats. And all proceeds will go to the National Alliance of Mental Health, Berkshire County chapter. This is a great way to enjoy cupcakes while also feeling generous. This will be held on Thursday, April 23rd. It will be held from 5:30 to 8 p.m. at the Country Club of Pittsfield, located on 639 South Street. For more information, visit namibc.org. Up next, we will be going to Amherst for a road trip to the Eric Carlisle Museum. The Eric Carlisle Museum of Picture Book Art is a museum devoted to the art of the picture book, and especially the children's book. It is a member of Museums 10 and is adjacent to the campus of Hampshire College. Together with his wife Barbara, Eric Carlisle, the author and illustrator of more than 70 books, including the 1969 classic The Very Hungry Caterpillar, founded the museum. It was the first full-scale museum in the United States devoted to national and international picture book art. The museum's stated goal is to foster connections between visual and verbal literacy, and to provide visitors of all ages and backgrounds with the opportunity to explore their own creativity and the confidence to appreciate and enjoy art of every kind. The museum includes 3 rotating galleries, each housing picture book art. The West Gallery is devoted to the work of Eric Carlisle, while the East and Central Galleries present the work of other numerous picture book artists. The museum is located at 125 West Bay Road in Amherst. The art studio at the museum is open to visitors of all ages during regular museum hours, and supports the aims of the museum by encouraging, making, appreciating, and thinking about art. Art activities and materials change regularly and are inspired by the museum's exhibitions. The public art program is free with museum admission. It's now time for this episode's movie portion of WWHEN. This episode, I'll be discussing one of my favorite action films, Furiosa, a Mad Max story. This is a prequel to Mad Max Fury Road. In this movie, young Furiosa is snatched from the green place of many mothers and into the hands of a biker horde led by the warlord Dementus. Sweeping through the wasteland, they come across the citadel presided over by Immortan Joe. While the two tyrants, Dementus and Immortan Joe, fight for dominance over the wasteland's 3 resource-producing sites, the Citadel, Gastown, and the Bullet Farm, Furiosa faces many trials as she plots her way back home through the wasteland. In previous WWHEN episodes, I've mentioned that the original Mad Max Fury Road is my favorite movie of all time. Furiosa is just as good because we really get to know who Furiosa was as a character. Anna Taylor-Joy is great as the young Furiosa, who slowly comes into her own and eventually becomes the icon she was meant to be. The movie also looks stunning and continues the Mad Max's series of gorgeous Australian landscapes. While it doesn't quite match Fury Road's highest moments, it comes very close and is an excellent movie to watch. That ends this episode of Wehry History and Entertainment News in the Berkshires and beyond. If you would like to watch this or any other WWHEN episode again, you can visit PCTV's website shown here or my YouTube page at RT Wehry. And I want to thank CTSB TV and NBCTC for showing my show on their public access station. Thank you.